like transcendent. You're like, this is magical.
You make it easy for them to sort of complete the joke
Exactly.
that you're making, and it makes them feel good, and it's actually it's perfect because it goes perfectly with Cards Against Humanity. Like, if any old business did the exact same thing, it wouldn't really work. Now, REI positioned theirs as a go outside, which makes sense. But as you said, maybe that wasn't exactly the purest way to do it, um, it tied in perfectly to sort of the misanthropic uh, posture of Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, I think that's such a good observation that it's kind of like the game itself of like, well, we're giving people this framework in which they can be funny. And what makes it funny is them playing their part in the scene and giving us $5. And, some people did get mad. They were like, I can't believe these people are spending $5 for nothing. But another way to look at it is all the people who did that. Well, it's like we went from being from nothing happening to having this story in like the Wall Street Journal of like that this crazy thing happened. And like $5 is pretty cheap for that kind of a joke, right? Like everyone, it's like kickstarting a crazy practical joke. It's like, well, what's the value in that? No, it's funny. It's like putting this thing into the culture that's funny, and all these people help make it. I would put $5. I backed a project on Kickstarter for the comedian Kurt Brownholler to skywrite Over the Sky of Los Angeles. How do I land to hire a skywriter to write that? Like, what did I get out of that? Nothing. It's funny. I'm glad I made. Like, I'm so happy I made that thing happen.
You did get something out of it, really.
I did, yeah.
And it's the same way.
It's such a stupid way to look at value, to be like, well, what object, what physical, did you get a TV? Well, no, we got an experience in my life and a story and a thing I did with all these people.
Well, think about it this way: the things that most people buy on Black Friday, or that they buy in general, a lot of it is imaginary. A lot of it is feeling. A lot of it is how is it going to make them feel about themselves to have this particular piece of clothing, or this is Coca-Cola's entire advertising thing is, okay, we've got sugar water, but all the advertising is about how is it going to make you feel, etc. And that's part of what you're buying. So there's this idea of buy nothing day for Black Friday, which is great, but like you literally had people gave them an opportunity to take an action that was like a protest against this ridiculous cultural phenomenon.
Yeah, there was even a punchline. Like, I don't think most people sort of followed it this closely, but there was like a great little punchline at the end where we were like, at the bottom of the thing, we were like, stay tuned, and tomorrow we're going to post a huge update and we'll reveal the surprise of how we're spending the money. And we're kind of known for having these really cool like political causes and charity causes, and I think everyone was like, oh, this will be some like feel good like charity, like we're going to buy like classroom projects and Donors Choose, or we'll buy like goats and cows for people through Heifer International. I think people were expecting this like feel good, like sort of buy ourselves out of the doghouse, like move at the end of this. And we teased it. We were like, sign up, we'll update you. We're going to post the update on like the grand finale surprise of how we spend the money. And then we posted the update and we were like, surprise, we kept it. And we just took all the money and like gave it to all our employees. And then we posted a receipt of all the stuff they bought with it. And we were like, you know what? That kind of, in a way, that kind of has to be the punchline of this. Like,
that's terrible.
Yeah, but it has to be, right? It would be, in a way, it would almost take it kind of like neuters it for me to like, yes. Oh, we gave it all to charity, right? Like, yeah. No, it's really gross. It's like, it's not Cards Against Humanity's way to half commit to the premise, right? So the premise here is we're doing this over the top obnoxious thing where you can just like give us money, and it's just this crass celebration of receiving money and spending money on Black Friday. And then it felt like, well, we're cutting the legs out from under this joke if we don't follow through on it. So, and people, you can check it out. Actually, it's a really funny page. It's cardsagainsthumanity.com/Black Friday, and that's kind of this huge annotated receipt of all the things all our employees bought with this money. And that was also hilarious because nobody expected this would make like this much money. We thought we'd make like $1,000 or something, right? And that still would have been funny, but this was like over the top. I remember like that night, I had to like text people, and I was like, "Hey, good news, bad news. Like, good news, I'm giving you. Everyone gets $4,000 to spend on whatever they want. Bad news, you have to spend it in like 3 hours so we can make this website."
Oh, so they had to spend it right away.
Yeah, because we wanted to post. I mean, this
Yeah.
receipt is actually accurate.
Mm-hmm. I mean, because otherwise it would just be like kind of any other business that uses giving to a charity or something as a basis for getting people to buy more things, which has its own taste to it.
Exactly. And we do, I mean, we have, over the last couple of years, we've raised over $4 million for all kinds of cool causes some of them I mentioned. We run this like scholarship for women getting degrees in STEM fields. We've done really awesome things with our money, but we don't advertise it like, spend, 5 cents from your pack will like go to this thing. Like it's always just